guy with, what's his name, Jake Paul. I appreciate all what he's done. I mean, for a guy who's, I don't think he's had any amateur experience or whatever, and he's got all these followers. That's what happens in this day and age, and he's obviously monetised that through boxing. And good luck to him. God bless him, and it's terrific. But if he wants to fight Tommy, that fight's there every day of the week for him. And I haven't got a lot of time for the YouTube stuff, to be quite honest, because I look at the business we're in. I look at, and I know they're quite serious and they put their heart into it. But I'm talking about levels, and the levels that I see. Even Tommy at now is a level above him. But if he wants that fight, it's not even pushing an open door. We took the door off the hinges. Just walk in and we'll do it. It's a no-brainer, and it would be I think as far as the general public, not the boxing public, the general public will buy into it big time, and they'll watch it. We'll all watch it, won't we? I hope I'll watch it. I want to be there, and we'll see where what happens. But it's an exciting situation. That the reason they talk about Tommy is because he's obviously got a big following. He built himself a big following up through his appearance on the reality show, and he's also Tyson's brother, so he brings a lot to the table himself. And if he's a bit better looking, he could even be better. But it is what it is, and I think we just, as I say, for us, if that happens, brilliant. We're there in a heartbeat. I'll carry him there. I'll bring him there if that's needed be. But in the meantime, he's just got to focus on fighting and not just think or wait for that. He's just got to keep being busy, get in the ring, and continue his education. And if the other thing, if Jake Paul comes along, grab it in a heartbeat.
Tell me, how do you look at it, being called out by a guy off YouTube? I don't want to be disrespectful towards Jake Paul, he's doing his thing. But are we getting to a point where it might get dangerous, where a lad who is doing what he's doing and earning money in the game of boxing takes on a proper fighter?
I mean, if he gets in the ring with me, it's going to be dangerous for him then, but, keep fighting these clowns that he's always fighting, and it's not going to be dangerous for him because, he's a very cunning man, he's earned a lot of money in his career, he's a very smart man, and, I've heard a lot of talk about this guy that's fighting, this Tyron Woodley, he's ex-5 times UFC champion, but what everyone's got to understand is, if there was any point of Tyron Woodley beating Jake Paul in this next fight, that contract wouldn't have got signed, because why would Jake Paul put himself in a situation where he's going to get knocked spark out and not even have a foothold in the fight? It isn't going to happen. What all you're going to see is another Jake Paul victory. Somewhere down that contract or somewhere, you're going to see Jake Paul the lead. Because that's what he is. He's not going to fight anybody who can put a test up because he doesn't need to. He's making a fortune off YouTube. He's doing his boxing things. He can make a bit more money. So why is he going to get his teeth knocked in for nothing? He's not a stupid man. So whatever he does in his career, you can almost guarantee that he wins at the end of it because he's the sole thing. You grab these MMA guys who used to fighting for 300-400 grand, and you say, "Oh, come here, mate. I'll pay you 5-6 million," which is nothing to him. They're going to take it all day long because they fought all the career for 400 or 500 grand, and then they're going to fight a YouTuber for 3 million or 4 million. It's going to happen every day of the week, isn't it? So I don't really pay too much attention on that. Jake Paul is what he is, Like Frank said, if the fight comes, it comes, and I'll take it with both hands because it's easy money. People ask me why you get involved with him. Why is Floyd Mayweather one of the best to ever do it, fighting his brother Logan? It's easy money. At the end of the day, I'm not going to focus myself on Jake Paul. I've got my own career, I've got my own path to take and my own journey to follow. But if he comes into that somewhere along the line, of course I'm going to take that. I'll butcher him for nothing. He's an easy fight to make, but calling my name is the wrong move for it. So whenever that fight happens, it happens. But until then, it doesn't even come into my mind.
He's on he's signed a deal now with Showtime, so you never know. That might make it easier to be done. We'll see.